What's poppin', you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's DAMNSHEJAMAICAN, and if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that this video inspires you to subscribe to my channel. So as you can see, I'm a bit dressed up. I honestly just got back from a show. I opened up for Tanya Stevens, so you know somebody that wait for that, because me used to listen to her when I did little. Remember, these streets don't love you like I do. Oh my god, so it was dope seeing her live and getting an opportunity to open up for her, you know, yada things. And if you want to check out my live performance that I just did, the link is down in the description box down below, so make sure you go see that and share that with your friends. Okay, so like you seen in the title, this video is going to be about anxiety and paranoia and also depression. So basically I'm gonna just be talking about my experiences with these subjects. I'm not gonna be like reading any Webster dictionary definitions for you or regurgitate information that's already on the internet. I'm just gonna be speaking based upon my own experience. So anxiety, for the longest I've always heard about anxiety, and I was just like, okay, what is that? Like, if I had anxiety, I would know. And I didn't know till like recently that I have anxious tendencies within myself. I didn't know how to identify it. So basically my own definition of anxiety is basically like excessive worrying and stressing and trying to go over a certain situation in your head and trying to like fix it and analyze things that you would have done in order to change that situation, or just you keep excessively thinking about one certain scenario that may be in the past or the future. And with anxiety, it's like you cannot control your mind. Like you can't control how excessively you're thinking about this certain thing. Like, let's put out an example. Say you had unprotected sex with someone and you keep worrying and thinking and being paranoid that you might have HIV or you know, or something. That's a small scale of anxiety that a lot of people can relate to. Anxiety basically comes from dealing with unresolved scenarios or issues in life that you never fully got a grasp on. And also she wanted me to talk about paranoia, and you know, like how do you deal with thinking that someone's talking about you when they probably aren't. So what I wanted to say about that is, a lot of people that have anxiety and paranoia or depression are usually people that are empathetic, super empaths, people that can feel people's emotions, people that can pick up people's feelings and moods and right when they walk in a room, people that are very attuned to the world, spirituality, and just the universe and all the frequency, energies, and vibrations that's accumulated within our atmosphere. So these people are more accustomed to feeling more anxious and paranoid because they have a heightened sense of awareness to things on a day-to-day basis. So since they're so aware of things, they try to analyze shit so much to the T. They try to think about things so much. They try to go in depth about everything. They try to like replay scenarios in their head about stuff that probably you don't even need to be thinking about. And so I remember there was a point in my life where I thought that someone was gonna fly from a whole nother state to come and kill me. And I'm not ready to talk about that situation. I definitely will. But just for right now, I just want to bring up that I did have a lot of anxiety attacks before. And this was less than 2 years ago. So I've definitely have dealt with a major episode of anxiety and paranoia. And how I dealt with that was a quote that I made up. And I'm pretty sure I made this up. So quoted by DAMNSHEJAMAICAN. To love is to live in the moment. If you're dealing with anxiety and you're stressing and you're worrying about something that you probably cannot fix or control, it's 9 times out of 10, it's something that's in the past or something that's in the future. Now the thing with that is, the past is the past and you can't go back and change it. And that's what sucks about anxiety, because you know you can't go back and change it. You know that whatever you said or whatever you do, it's done, and the results that already came from it, it's done, it's finito. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So that's where the anxiety comes in. That's where the excessive worrying comes in, because you're trying to control something that can't be controlled. And what you have to realize is that that's gone, and what you have is the moment right now to create your own emotion, your own feelings, and you have the power to create your reality in this very moment. And the thing with the future is it's not here yet. So you should not worry about things that hasn't came to fruition yet. And this is very hard because like I said, personally struggle with anxious tendencies within myself. It's not something that's gonna happen overnight. You're not gonna automatically stop being anxious. So anxiety basically will have you worrying about things you have no control over. And it's just simply put, you might get headaches, you might be a little bit depressed, you might be sad, you might isolate yourself, not talk to people, because you might feel like if you express these things that you're being anxious about or you're paranoid about, people probably think you're crazy. You just might seclude yourself because you don't know how to share this with someone for them to really understand what you're going through. Now, to touch on the thinking about someone's talking about you when they're really not, I personally go through this. And the thing about that is you just got to realize that you're not that important, period. There's over 8 billion people in the world. You're not that important. And if someone is talking about you behind your back, or you don't know for sure, you don't know. So don't waste your time worrying about things that you don't know for sure. Like, it's hard. I know it's hard, but this is the only advice I can give. Don't worry about something that you have no control over. The only thing you have control over is the now. You have the control to create anything you want. I'm choosing to create this video with my time now. So you can create your own emotion. You can create your own feelings. You can create your own thoughts. You always got to remember that you are a co-creator. You are made in the image of God. So with that being said, don't focus so much on things that you have no control over. And with time and with knowing yourself and being aware of who you are, understanding your own values, developing and having a strong relationship with yourself will overall help you to understand when you're not supposed to be analyzing something too much. You'll respect your own time, your own energy, and you'll respect what you should be spending your time focusing on and what you're not supposed to be focusing on. Now, as far as like some really good information as to how to really hone in on your anxiety, I'm very into astrology. I have a lot of astrology videos coming for you. But what you really need to understand about anxiety is that anxiety comes from like your thinking, right? Your thinking, the way you analyze, the way you process information and take in information. And what's responsible for the nerves and all that energy, that anxiety, paranoia, stress, overanalyzing thing comes from is from Mercury, the planet Mercury. So wherever the planet Mercury, whatever house that's in your birth chart, that's the area of life that you're mostly going to experience anxiety. I have my Mercury in the 5th house. The 5th house rules creativity, fun, romance, play, children. So I'm very paranoid and I experience anxiety when it comes to my creativity and just how I express myself, period. So you don't necessarily, and to find that out, you probably need to know the exact time you were born. But you can always get your chart analyzed by an astrologer. You can hit me up. I know how to analyze birth charts, so that'll be good. So yeah, it's always good to research Mercury and what it means in astrology. Now, and I'll definitely have a video coming for that, so please make sure you stay tuned for that, because it's very helpful to know what these planets mean and how they affect you, because I'm pretty sure you've never heard anyone mention anxiety with astrology, and it's because you need to understand energy. I can only tell you stuff from an energetic point of view. I can't sit here and read an article about anxiety and tell you about it, because that's not how I process information. It's just not. So I'm just giving you my take on anxiety and paranoia. I'm trying to make sure that I don't forget anything, but to cure that stuff, like I said, is just to live in the moment. To love is to live in the moment. Learn how to love yourself. Learn, and I have a video on that, how to truly love yourself. I'll definitely also leave that in the description box down below so you can check that out. But you definitely want to develop a strong relationship with yourself and talk to yourself. I've always mentioned that to people. Don't be afraid to talk to yourself and ask yourself why you're overthinking stuff. Why is you being paranoid that this girl's talking about you? Why is you being paranoid that these people's gonna come kidnap you or kill you? Why? You need to have that relationship with yourself, especially if you know that you're gonna sound crazy if you're talking to other people about what you're going through. So yeah, anxiety is something that you can overcome. It's not something that's definite. You don't always gotta feel like you're gonna have anxiety attacks your whole life. Everything is mental, and it just depends on how you choose to work with that energy. So that is pretty much all I have to say about anxiety. I'm definitely not an expert, but I definitely have experience and is still experiencing anxiety. So it's definitely something. Worrying is normal, stress is normal, but when it becomes a problem is when it gets in your way of functioning, getting up, taking a shower, going out, cleaning your room. That's when it becomes a problem. So you definitely want to have that relationship with yourself, to motivate yourself, to set certain goals for yourself, so that when anxiety, depression, paranoia, stress, all these things start to attack you, you know that you're supposed to step into the now and step into the moment of living now. And just looking around and really like this really helped me. Like, I really just stopped, took a breath, and stopped worrying about what it is that I was worrying about, and just learned how to live in the moment. And if that shit does come back to bite you in the ass, if that person is talking about you, if someone is trying to kill you, then you just gonna have to wait for that moment to happen. But don't stress your brain out thinking that you can control or try to go ahead in your brain and think scenarios. Don't do that, because it's hard, and it's hard to always get the answer that you're looking for. You're never gonna find it. Sometimes things are just left to be unknown. Alright, so that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much, Lone Style Way, for suggesting this video. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to bring this topic to my channel. That truly means a lot to me. And continue to be strong and grow and develop a relationship with yourself, and everything will fall into place. Nothing happens overnight, and like I said, I struggle with this too, and so does every human being on the planet. So don't forget that you're not that important, but also realize that you are important enough to be important to yourself, if that makes sense. The relationship you have with yourself is the most strongest one, so make sure you nurture and take care of that. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this content and if you want to see more videos like this, please leave that down in the comments down below. And like I said, if you have any suggestions of any topic you want to hear me talk about, leave that in the comment down below, or hit me on the snap. And also, if you felt like I missed any information according to anxiety, stress, paranoia, or depression, or anything, I didn't really touch on depression that much because I'm waiting to do a separate video solely based on depression, so stay tuned for that. But definitely, this is a community, so start a conversation down below. Add your 2 cents in, because we all need as much information as possible. That's what the internet's for. So go ahead, utilize this technology, and let's communicate. Alright? So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and turn on those notifications so you know exactly when I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Peace.
Living my life. Up and down, things ain't going right. No. Feel like I needed something to escape this world that I'm living. Living my life. I didn't say things most to say ain't right. the chase.